doing this process with you guys, I have put myself in an upper echelon of business acumen very quickly. Very, very quickly. It was like a crash course, like, oh, this is what the pros are doing, and this is what the pros are doing very well. So again, without that, I don't know what I would be doing. So I build courses and build out sales processes for experts, specifically for coaches and like personal like trainers, specifically high-end personal trainers like posture development, prehab work, different things like that. Actually, also, well, I also do uh, work with major record labels and providing them with vocal coaches. So I do a little bit of everything, and I'm moving more towards specifically the entertainment industry because that's what I want. Without taking this course, I'm not sure what I would be doing. The position I was in is like I lost everything, my mainstream of income, everything. Like lost everything this year, and I had a loan. And I'm like, I can either piss this away on just randomly doing things, or I can learn the principles that work for people that are like me. Now, granted, I'm I'm not like I don't fit into a particular singular category like a lot of the people in the course do, but you know, that's fine. I learned so much in the process. What is the word is eluding me? It's the upfront offer.
Mhm.
The upfront offer has changed everything because it's like I'm not wasting time. They're getting value. Like even changing their offers for an upfront offer of like, hey, we're gonna do an audit, we're gonna do this, like rather than yeah, let's go into your systems and figure out how everything's working. Spend 2 weeks doing all that just to find like, oh my God, we have to do all of this work now and we don't even like each other, like, and you're in a 3 month or 4 month, 6 month, 1 year contract or something. It's like, it's silly. Um, like breaking things down into specific offerings has been huge rather than pitching a whole scope, and it allows you to pitch a much larger scope if you could break it down into pieces. And also too, like finding the verticals. Like I didn't go to business school, like I don't know vertically or horizontally uh um positioned. I had no idea what that meant. And then I was like, oh, okay, like I get this now. I get this now. I could plug in vertically here, plug in horizontally here. Like, so that's definitely helped me. But I mean, as new as I am in the business that I'm in, I'm already kind of like trimming the fat of being the generalist person. But it's as of right now, I'm just kind of I have to take the business that makes sense for cash flow. But very quickly zoning in on more specificity. So that's that's a huge learning from this too. That I'm like, oh, generalist trap. That's a thing. Be careful of that. Don't just take on the clients that you can just get. Be more
Mhm.
specific. So that's definitely been like top of mind when approached with opportunities that I'm like, I don't know. It's maybe a time suck or a client that I spending a lot of time trying to fit into a system that they don't belong in the first place. Me personally, I have not done much on it. I haven't. I've taught my clients how to leverage it, and to the point where it's like they, myself included, have come to the understanding that it's like this isn't about being good at social media. This is about being good at distilling your offer into something that speaks directly to your target market. And these are the tools, these social media platforms are the tools for you to get right in front of them. So, like, it's not like, oh, I have to become an influencer or whatever, or guru, whatever it is. It's more like these are tools so you can speak directly to your ideal customer. You can literally look them up and know them by name. And that's why LinkedIn is so cool, right? But if you learn that how to distill your product, your grand slam product, and your unique perspective down into bite-sized content, you can do that anywhere else. Just like on your ads, on your TikTok, on your whatever, wherever your customers live, you can do that. So again, it's more of like a principle that I learned of, oh, okay, I see. Like you just have to speak the language to the people on the platform and whatever that looks like. So if it's LinkedIn, it looks like this. If it's TikTok, it looks like this. If it's Instagram, it looks like this, but the principle is the same. Adopt my unique perspective, give them value, give them things that's like, oh, wow, that's interesting. Like meet them, speak to an informed prospect, like things like that. I was like, oh, okay. All right, I get it, because you're targeting informed prospects. You're not like teaching them first two steps on how to do XYZ, unless that's who you're targeting. But it's just having a lot of the language. I would say the syntax that is used in the 90-day pipeline is extremely like useful. The support, Wendy is incredible. She's great. She's like such a great like I love the fact that like within this program you have follow-up coaching, like, hey, I want to assist you with this. It's not like, hey, take this course, join the Slack, and just have fun. It's more structured because the part that I signed up for ended up being the easiest part. Like the part that so if without that structure of support, without the calls, I might have just been like, this is results mechanism is really hard, God. But Wendy was like, do the results mechanism, do it, do it. And it took me weeks to do it. And I did it over and over and over again. And as I was doing it, I was realizing the value that my clients would get from something like this. So I would say without that structure, I don't know, I definitely wouldn't have had the progress that I've had. And the Slack is great. Like I love it. Even though I personally didn't participate that much. Because again, bandwidth, I don't have that much bandwidth, especially when it comes to like a bunch of other new people over here. Like I'm like, I can't too much right now. But seeing the accountability of people posting and engaging and sharing in those groups and networking is like huge. It's huge. It's like a mastermind, basically. Okay, so that's a two-pronged. So there's been 8 closed deals for my business. And then I actually managed the sales process and closed sales for one of my clients because they did like a mastermind, and we in 1 week of planning and doing some results mechanism with her, we did 150K for her company, and that was another 11 closed sales. So technically it's been almost maybe like 19 closed sales for me. And then I would say the value over the next 12 months with the contracts in place, over $400,000 for my company, and money in the bank, $65,000. So it's like in the last 3 months, and I didn't have a business before this. I didn't have, I was like, oh, maybe I could do LinkedIn for people. It feels good. It's like to have this kind of clarity. And I feel like, again, I feel like I've walked into an arena because I was like in a completely different space business wise. I was in cannabis, like handshakes and like just totally different type of business for the last 6 years. And now this is like Zoom calls, scheduled meetings, like everything. And it feels like doing this process with you guys, I have put myself in an upper echelon of business acumen very quickly. Very, very quickly. It was like a crash course, like, oh, this is what the pros are doing, and this is what the pros are doing very well. So again, without that, I don't know what I would be doing. If you know that you're good at what you do and you want to get better, you should join. If you know that you're good at what you do, if you're confident, like I have something, because it's like fuel on the fire. Like for me, I would not personally recommend somebody in my position to like, oh, I don't even know what I'm doing, and then join. Like that might be too much for them. I don't know. Like I have no idea. But the person that like is like, hey, I do this, and I've been doing the generalist thing, or I just need to take my business to the next level. Highly recommended. But they just have to have the confidence to follow through, because it's like you can join a program, but if you don't follow through, like what's the point? But all the tools are there, all the support is there, all the knowledge is there. Like you'll hear stuff that you've never heard before, or maybe you've heard it before, but it's just put in such a simple way for you to understand and implement, and then the support around it. It's like just do it. Engage as much as possible. Take the course if you have to. Put it on 1.5 speed. Just take it. Just sit down, take notes, take the course, show up to the calls. Like it works. It works. Do the results mechanism too, even though it's hard. Just do it. Do it again, and then work with Wendy or whoever the coach is for them. Do it again and again, because it's the foundation.